maybe it's a breakup. Whatever it is, you used to be one thing, you're something else. We all have our own problems, our own issues.
Spider-Man 4 has become one of the most talked about projects in recent years, and the anticipation surrounding it is unlike anything else. Fans have been waiting for a continuation of the story ever since the success of Spider-Man: No Way Home, and the buzz around the fourth installment only continues to grow stronger. The film is expected to carry forward the legacy of Peter Parker in a way that both honors what has already been built and introduces something entirely fresh for the audience. With all the speculations, discussions, and updates, the excitement is at an all-time high, as viewers eager to see what direction this new chapter will take. The character of Spider-Man has always been one of the most relatable and beloved superheroes, and Spider-Man 4 promises to expand his journey even further with emotional depth, high stakes, and surprising twists. When it comes to casting, all eyes are on Tom Holland, who has become synonymous with the role of Spider-Man in recent years. His portrayal of Peter Parker has been praised for balancing humor, vulnerability, and heroism. Reports indicate that he is very much on board with continuing his role, though this film is expected to show a more mature and evolved Peter, possibly stepping into challenges that are darker and more complex than anything we've seen so far. Alongside him, fans are speculating about the return of Zendaya as MJ, as her storyline was left in a bittersweet place at the end of the last film. Whether or not their paths will reconnect is one of the biggest emotional hooks for this movie. Jacob Batalon is also rumored to return as Ned, and given how integral his character has been to Peter's story, his involvement feels almost inevitable. Beyond the main trio, discussions about introducing new villains and allies have only added fuel to the fire. Characters like Daredevil, played by Charlie Cox, and possibly even other Marvel heroes are being mentioned as potential appearances, especially now that Spider-Man is more entangled in the larger Marvel world. One of the most exciting parts of Spider-Man 4 is its potential storyline. While official plot details remain under wraps, speculation points toward a narrative that will show Peter Parker in a completely new phase of his life. After the dramatic ending of No Way Home, where Peter was left isolated and forgotten by those closest to him due to Doctor Strange's spell, Spider-Man 4 might explore the emotional consequences of that loneliness. This means a version of Peter Parker who is more grounded, struggling with his identity and place in the world while still taking on his responsibilities as Spider-Man. Rumors suggest that the movie might lean into a street-level story rather than another multiverse adventure, which would allow fans to see Spider-Man deal with threats that feel more personal and gritty. Villains such as Kingpin or Scorpion have been teased as strong possibilities, offering Peter a chance to battle foes who operate in the shadows of New York's criminal underworld. This grounded approach could create a sharp contrast from the massive multiverse battles we've recently seen, while also showing Spider-Man as the everyday hero who protects his city. The emotional weight of the film is also expected to play a massive role. Peter's relationships are likely to be tested in entirely new ways, especially considering that MJ and Ned no longer remember him. The heartbreaking question is whether Peter will try to rebuild those relationships or let them move on without him. This conflict alone could be one of the most powerful aspects of Spider-Man 4, as it would force Peter to choose between personal happiness and the selflessness that defines his character. At the same time, the introduction of new characters, possibly allies like Black Cat or even appearances from figures like Daredevil, could bring new dynamics to his journey. These possibilities make the film not just a continuation of the franchise, but also an opportunity to reset and refresh Spider-Man's story in a compelling way. In terms of production updates, Spider-Man 4 is being treated as both a sequel and a new beginning. Marvel Studios and Sony are expected to collaborate closely once again, continuing the partnership that has allowed Spider-Man to thrive on the big screen. The creative team has reportedly been working on developing a story that feels natural after No Way Home but doesn't rely too heavily on multiverse chaos. Instead, the goal seems to be grounding the narrative and bringing Spider-Man back to his roots. This means we may see more of the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, swinging through New York, facing crime, and protecting the everyday citizens. Such an approach could resonate strongly with longtime fans who fell in love with the character precisely because of his relatability and smaller-scale heroism.